We're talking with Jacques Landry at Richmond, Virginia at the Road World Championships. Jacques, the High Performance Director for Team Canada. Jacques, first of all, let's talk about the time trials have finished here. Can you talk a bit about, from your perspective, Canada's performance so far at these World Championships?
Well, as you said, Rob, the time trials are done and dusted. So I think from the onset, the beginning of the girls, the junior men and women, it's showing that we have some depth. We have some good riders right now in our midst. So we're doing a good job at that level. With the elite women, I guess a bit disappointing from and both Caroline and Tara will be the first ones to mention that they were disappointed with their rides. I think from Caroline's standpoint, a lot. She really dug deep in the team time trial on the Sunday, and really just was flat for the time trial. So it'll be interesting just to review her files and see where she's at and what can be done and moving forward. Tara on her side, a bit disappointed as well. She was basically banking on this time trial to kind of get back into the swing of things again. Looking at take a bit of time to actually analyze the files and look at where things might have gone wrong. On the men's side, we have good performances, elite men with Hugo. Really good time trial. I mean, finishing 25th. He's in striking range. Given his age, he's got a lot of potential. So I mean, there's some hope for him in the next few years and possibly even next year. So we're pretty happy with Hugo's performance at this point in time. So that's the time trials.
Now the road races, obviously they're starting tomorrow. Weather's going to change to rain, and I mean, from your perspective, what's Canada looking for here?
Well, I think first and foremost, we're looking for team cohesiveness with all our riders. The girls, I think, the junior girls, I think, have been riding really well. They've been doing some prep up work in Killington and at the stage races in Vermont and northern New England. So they've been riding well together. I think they know all their strengths and weaknesses and can play with that and have a good ride. Junior men as well. I think we got some good riders with Derek G as well. He's a bit of a powerhouse, so he'll be riding really well as well on this type of course. U23s, good team as well. So I think again it's team cohesiveness. Elite women, we have 5 riders here. We're looking at, again, we have 2 good sprinters in our midst. Don't know if it's going to finish in a bunch kick given the weather and given the slick conditions and the cobbles, but right now, I mean, that's the idea, is just to basically try and race as a team. So that's the outlook on the women's side. On the men's elite side, a bit of the same thing. I don't think that we want to go into the early breaks right now. We have a good team this year. We fill our quote on this side, and we do believe we have some good riders that'll be able to go in some moves early on, but not the early moves, but probably be there in the middle of the race when the bigger groups go, and try and protect our star riders for the last hour, which as you know ramps up at Mach 2.
So you're not going to make any predictions or set any goals in terms of positioning?
Well, I think we have on the elite women's side, we have the potential, as we do every year, pretty much to finish on the podium. It's just about putting everything together and riding smart and tactically and riding as a unit, which I know we have the potential to do so. So that's on the women's side. On the men's side, I think it is going to be a race where the Dutch, the Belgians, the Australians, the Italians and the Spaniards are going to be on the forefront, and we're just going to try and play with what they're doing and trying to benefit from their surges and their team tactics on their side.
And let's talk. I mean, this is pretty much the end of the road season, so let's talk about overall Canada's performance this year on the road.
I think in general we've been doing pretty well. Obviously, we're not. It's not our major focus at Cycling Canada. We are doing a lot of good road racing and with our track endurance riders, and we're supporting some of our elite, our pure roadies throughout the season. Hugo being one of them. We looked at if you look at the Pan Am Games with Guillaume and Hugo riding really well on that front. On the men's side and the women's side, I mean, we had really good performances at Pan Am Games as well on the road side. When you look at the last 2 World Tour events in Quebec City and Montreal, good showing from our team in Quebec City. So really happy about that. We've been focusing also on qualifying a maximum amount of spots for the World Championships this year here, and I think we've reached our goal there. We basically focused a lot of our attention with acquiring as many UCI points as possible by doing the Pan Am Championships in the spring, which maximize our opportunities to get as many riders here. Now the question is, now we have the best riders here, and we've selected the best riders that can do this race here on the weekend. So, we'll see where that goes. And not to mention also we have a rider like Sean McKinnon, who's basically showed that he's got a good future on the road. He's going to still focus on the track for now, but he's one good prospect for the road in the coming years.
And I guess, you talked about, getting maximum UCI points, and I guess that leads into, everything's building towards Rio next year. How are you feeling about where Canada's positioned in the ranking going forward into these last 6 months or 8 months of qualifying for start positions?
Well, we're looking pretty good on the women's side. We're looking at that right now. We're sitting 11th nation. If you look at the time trial spots, we need by May of 2016, we need basically to be in the top 15 to qualify one spot. Given the performances of both Caroline and basically Tara on a few days ago, we've got that additional spot, and now it's just a question of solidifying that actual other spot in May of 2016. So we're looking pretty good. The fact of the matter is, Rio is going to be a tough course, and having ridden myself, in January, it is tough, and it's going to be a type of course where we need some good climbers, guys and girls that can climb and actually position themselves and conserve energy when it's not, they don't need to waste it. I think we got some good potentials right now that could actually do a good job, and we just have to wait till the next season plays out, and hopefully we got some healthy riders that can actually ride the course and be competitive on that type of tough road course in Rio.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and we'll wait and see how Canada does on the weekend.
Thanks, Rob.